welcome back everyone to Pep's Pinnacle MMA Reviews, where I'll give my personal insights, opinions, and predictions on UFC events and MMA in general. So this video is going to be a review of all the predictions I made on the UFC fight night that hosted on the 1st of February last week, Saturday. So the first prediction I made was Said Nurmagomedov against Vinicius Oliveira, or Vinicius Lockdog Oliveira. And I predicted that Said Nurmagomedov would win against Vinicius Oliveira. And my reasoning for that was that Said Nurmagomedov is from Dagestan, Russia. He has very good wrestling skills in comparison to Vinicius Oliveira, who still has good wrestling skills, but not as fine-tuned as Said's. And I just thought that Said, due to his experience in the UFC, would pull over a victory. But it seems that Vinicius Oliveira did win by decision in the third round. Well, they only had three rounds, but he won by unanimous decision. I scored the bout actually in favor of Said, so that was a bit surprising. Maybe the judges saw something I didn't. But, fair dues to Vinicius Oliveira for getting that victory. Then my second prediction was the heavyweight match in the main card, and that was against Sergey Pavlovich against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Now, I predicted that Sergey would win against Rozenstruik, particularly for Sergey's very good wrestling. Also, his stand-up brawling game is way better than Rozenstruik's. He has way more. I think Rozenstruik has more power, but Sergey has more technique in his punching, and he also, what he exhibited against Rozenstruik in those 3 rounds were just domination. Like he would just touch Rozenstruik, and Rozenstruik would flail. He would look like he got cracked. And also Sergey got many takedowns as well. And when he took Rozenstruik down, Rozenstruik really couldn't do anything. It just shows you how dominant Sergey was against Rozenstruik. So Sergey did win by decision, unanimous decision in the third round, like I predicted. So that's one prediction correct so far. And my third prediction was the co-main event of the card, and that was Shara the Bullet Magomedov against Michael Venom Page. Now, I predicted that Shara the Bullet Magomedov would win because of his stand-up technique, his undefeated streak, and I also thought that he's more solid fight than Michael. Michael's very, as I said before, he has a karate base. He likes his kicks. He always stays at a distance, and then when he goes into strike, he covers distance fast and he just explodes. So, but Shara, I was thinking for him to win, he has to keep the distance between himself and Michael Page very close. Don't let Michael get distance, otherwise Michael will just explode. And Shara Putin, for the most of that, he did close the gap a lot. He kept Michael on his foot. Shara kept advancing, and Shara got a couple takedowns, but when he did, Michael Venom Page was easily able to just slip out of it, or to maybe even reverse the takedown and get on top of Shara. And Shara did land a couple good strikes on Michael, but Michael also returned with a couple good strikes as well. Now, I scored this in favor of Shara Magomedov. I had him winning all rounds, actually. Every round I had Shara winning. So it was really, really a big upset that Michael Venom Page actually took the victory, because I think that was a robbery for Shara, because Shara very clearly won against Michael Venom Page. So I think the judges, I don't know what they did, but I very strongly disagree with that judging, that Michael Venom Page won. I don't think he did. Shara definitely won. I will view this as a robbery, but at the end of the day, we have to look at it like this. Shara now is not undefeated anymore. He now has a loss, but that's going to change his mindset now. Now he's not going to come into it thinking he has plot armor and that he's the main character because he is undefeated. Now he's coming in with a loss, and that will give him it will lower his ego and give him humility, because he's just been humbled. So it's going to give him a bit more clarity of mind going forward. And also in regards to Michael Page, he's got another victory over Shara. People are saying that Shara's just because he has one eye, that was a disadvantage coming in. And, it didn't look like it in the fight. It looks like Charles, just irrespective of that eye loss, he did very well, to the point where I thought he won. But, also many people thought that Michael Venom Page won. So I guess it's just how you viewed the fight. Anyway, so out of the 4 predictions I made, I got 1 right, 2 wrong, and now we're on to the main event, my last prediction. Now, I sided with the whole world and thought that Israel Adesanya would win strongly because he's just so dominant in the UFC. His career, his past matches, the fact that he's been the former world middleweight champion of the world, and he's only fought in title fights for the last 6 years. So the last 6 fights have all been title fights for him. So he really has no stress at all because he's lost the past 3 out of his 4 matches. So really no stress on him. He doesn't matter if he loses. He's coming in, on loss against Dricus, but if you fight Dricus, you're going to lose regardless because he's just him. He's him. Dricus is him. Anyway, so Israel Adesanya, I really had high hopes for him. Thought it was going to be a very dominant match, very one-sided. I predicted a 3rd round TKO, and guess what we got? We got a 2nd round knockout for Imavov. So Imavov knocked lights out Israel Adesanya in the 2nd round. No one saw this coming. I didn't see this coming. I was shocked when that happened. Because even if we look at the 1st round and how it played out, Israel Adesanya was very dominant in the 1st round, winning on the points easily. Imavov really couldn't do anything. In the 2nd round, Israel Adesanya started off good. In the first, I would say in the first 3 minutes he was good, and then in the last 2 or 1 minute or so, he was fighting Imavov and he changed stance from southpaw to orthodox. And when he did that, Imavov just exploded. He went in for this powerful right hook, and Israel because Israel's tall, 6'4", so when normally tall people can lean their head back and evade the punch most of the time. So Israel's very accustomed to doing that, but he couldn't do it well because he just changed stance, you see. So as he just changed stance, he couldn't really move his head back, and because of that sudden change in stances, Imavov exploded and his right hand landed and clipped Israel Adesanya's jaw, and Israel went down like a light bulb. That guy was down. He fell down, and as he fell down, Imavov just sped up and then he landed a brutal uppercut, strong uppercut, and that rocked Izzy's wall now. And now Izzy just went down, covered his face, and then it was just ground and pound. Imavov just had to finish, put on the final touches, wrap a bow around Israel Adesanya, and give him his present, and it was done. And massive respect for Imavov for taking out Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya he did look very good. I do believe that he was more conditioned and more muscular and more trained in the Dricus fight. I think that's the best Izzy we've ever seen is him versus Dricus. And it just goes to show how dominant Dricus is to defeat the best Izzy in the world. But I've been shining Dricus's boots too much now. Back to this. Imavov, massive respect for him. Pulling off the KO of the knockout of Israel Adesanya. I see the future for Imavov playing out in him getting a title match not so late in the future. So it is going to happen. Maybe there is paths for him to follow. Like maybe against, maybe he can fight Shara. Maybe not. Maybe Hamzat. If Hamzat doesn't fight Dricus, or Sean, Robert Whittaker could be a match for Imavov. I would like to see Robert Whittaker against Imavov. That would be a very good fight. But yeah, in regards to Israel Adesanya, I think his career is over. He's peaked long ago, and now he said he's not fighting for anyone. He's fighting for himself to show he can still do it. That he's still the gatekeeper of the middleweight. But you must understand that he's not the gatekeeper anymore. If anything, he's the little watchdog for the gatekeeper himself. He's the janitor for the watchdog for the gatekeeper. So Israel Adesanya, I think he doesn't come back from this. If he does, it's going to be 2 or 3 years from now. I really think there's no way forward. Because look, he's lost 4 out of his 5 fights. He's lost those. That's not something you want, someone to mention when you're going up to fight. That you've lost the last 4 out of your 5 fights. If I was him, I would just end my career now. I mean, he's set for life. He's already in the Hall of Fame. really in it for being the king of middleweight when he was reigning, back when Francis Ngannou and Kamaru Usman were also champs. So I think his career, he can close the book. I think it's done for him. And yeah, so out of the last four, so my four predictions, I had one correct, which was Sergey. I do believe Shah won, but judges didn't think so. And Imavov was a very, very strange fight. That didn't expect him to come with a beautiful knockout. And Saeed, I also thought won, but then again, it was very close for Vinicius. I would give him that victory as well. So 1 out of 4, not too bad. I know many people had Israel Adesanya winning, so I'm not feeling totally disheartened that I didn't get that one right, because I don't think anyone got Israel Adesanya that bet correct. Anyway, I'll make another video when it comes to the UFC fight 312, 9th of February. Dricus is fighting Sean Strickland. So you can expect a video after that Sunday or Monday, where I'll do a recap of those predictions. All right. Thank you for listening.